There's a great separation happening between the men that are going to go out there and build millions of dollars in business and live their dream life, and those that are going to be stuck. First one, you're going to have to take control of these 6 mental faculties. First one being your imagination. Brother, I want you to understand, what makes a bird, a dog, and a tree. Those things can only be that inanimate object, but you can build whatever you want because you've been given the ability to choose your thoughts with your imagination. When it said that we were created in God's image, God being the creator, he lives in your mind, but most importantly, your imagination. It's your ability to close your eyes and see a world like this. Whether it's Dubai, Miami, New York, your Lamborghini, your dream girlfriend, whatever it is that you want. It's your ability to see it in your mind to the exclusion of everything else. Creation is not done with what you have in your hand, man. It doesn't matter where you're at in your life, in your business. You could be been stuck at $20,000 a month for the last 6 months, and then next month make $500,000. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. All it matters is what image are you holding in your imagination, and what are you creating? What life do you want to build? So what are we going to do? You're going to have to make a choice. Will you use the outside world to create your imagination? Meaning, let's just say you've been averaging $10,000 a month for the last several months. So you use your imagination and say, well, based on what I've been doing, I think that this month we'll do 10,000, maybe 12,000. That's not using your imagination. That's not going after what you truly want. Going after what you truly want, that's a magnificent obsession. That is using your imagination. What would life look like? I remember when I came to Dubai with $2,000 or less, with no income, and I said I was going to build my life, and that's exactly what I did on YouTube. That's using your imagination. Your ability, and by the way, this is one of the most powerful ones. Now the next one here is your intuition. It was said that prayer is us speaking to God. Intuition is God speaking to us. And so I think Dr. Wayne Dyer said this. And so you're going to have to tap into your intuition, man. One thing I have to be honest with, I don't have the answers for you, and no man does, but you know who does? Your God. And most importantly, your connection to God. God is going to speak to you through your intuition. He's going to tell you to do things or not do things, to go with that girlfriend, to break up with her, to move to that new city, whatever it is that you want. He's going to tell you to do it through a feeling. It's this intuitive feeling, but most importantly, brother, it's a muscle. It's a muscle you're going to have to go after, and you're going to have to prepare, and you're going to have to learn. And God will first start you off with little intuitive things. For example, go to this event, go to this party, buy this car, before he gives you the big one, like start with that business partner, start this relationship, right? Because there's big ones that you're really going to be guiding through. Your story is already written. I want you to think about it as a book. Okay, imagine a book and you're turning the pages in the book. Your book is already written by God. You're just discovering your own book page by page. But hidden within that is a theme in that story. That is your intuition. So make sure you use that to go out there and navigate. All I'm teaching you on this channel, brother, is how to tap into your intuition, because at the end of the day, if I can teach you how to tap into your intuition, you will make way more progress and make such bigger quantum leaps than I could have ever told or any other YouTuber here. Okay, next one. We have our imagination, we have our intuition, we have our willpower. So powerful. You heard me talk about rejecting the projection a long time, right? So right now, this 3D world's a projection. None of this shit was real. We can go back 50 years. None of this stuff is real, right? We've talked about this before. So what we're talking about with the willpower is to choose a thought in the imagination. Let's just say we're going to choose a thought in an image, right? We're going to choose a thought in an image, and with our willpower, we're going to focus on that thought to the exclusion of everything else. That doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you're sleeping in a car. It doesn't matter if you've been stuck at the same income level. It doesn't matter how bad. If you're watching this YouTube video right now, that means you have a mobile device or a laptop and Wi-Fi. That means you can change your effing life. So it doesn't matter what is going on outside of you. I truly believe that if you use your mind, Wi-Fi, and a device, you can completely change your life, but only if you use your willpower. You're going to focus your thoughts on with that. Let's just say you use your imagination now. You're going to create a thought and you're going to focus on it to exclusion. Cancel out everything. Cancel out all the sadness, all the broke, everything. Anything that's not what you want. You're going to have to use your willpower to focus on exactly what it is. Imagination, will, and next one, perception. Perception is just your ability to see things. And your perception is just honestly your opinion. It's not real or it's not fake. So for example, let's just talk about Dubai right now. There's a large amount of people that said that Dubai is fake. It's a fake city. There's no culture. That's just their perception, right? There's another part of the community. I'm not saying one is better than the other, right? I'm just saying there's another community that says, wow, look at Dubai. It's so inspirational. There's so much wealth. It inspires me to be more, do more, have more. And I love all the people that are on the same mindset. That's an example of what I'm talking about. So that's just perception. And that's what I'm talking about, right? It's just perception. It's your ability to see things, and most of the time, if you change the way you see things, the way you see things will change. Sounds like a tongue twister, but what does this look like in practice, okay? So let's just say there's some negativity hitting you right now. The projection is hitting you really hard. The views are down, the money is down, and your situation is not bad. What you need to do is change your perception. Don't focus on the bad shit that's happening. If you keep doing that, you're gonna keep attracting more of that. Change your perception and say, this is my growth period. It's during these periods in the trenches that I'm going to learn how to reject the projection. I'm going to build my dream life. And it's in this, like, you need to have so much confidence like I did, that I used to record videos of me in the trenches that I still have, and I post on YouTube, and I'm posting stuff later about when I was so down bad because I knew I was going to make it. That's what you need to do. Use your perception to build a life and change so it's on a positive direction and keeps you motivated on a great frequency and not a negative frequency. Imagination, will, reason. Next we have reasoning. Reasoning is your ability to accept or reject an idea. That's part of your conscious mind. Okay, like think about a child under the age of 7. So your conscious mind was beginning to develop between the age of 0 to 7. Any child between those ages of 0 to 7 just has pure subconscious mind. It's meaning whatever's impressed upon that child between those early years, the child will begin to believe. That's when languages and paradigms and self-images are developed, okay? So your conscious mind has the ability to accept and reject ideas based on that programming. So for example, there's a person right now who's reasoning me and says, you know what, DeAndre, everything you're saying is amazing. I love it. You're just taking everything everything I'm saying as fact. Your ability to choose. Then there's another person who may not even be watching this video up to this point that might say, DeAndre, what you're saying is fake, it's false, I don't like it, why are you showing Dubai, you're too fancy, this is too much for me, whatever, right? They have the ability to reject idea. That's your reasoning factor. Your ability to accept and reject. So you're going to look at an idea and say, you know what, my situation is not what I want it to be. You can reject that idea. That's why I call projection rejection. You're going to reject that image and you're going to choose what you want. You have the ability to choose an idea as real or fact when the information highway is hitting you, all this emotional stimuli, what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, the thoughts, positive, negative, it's just a highway. It's just flowing of information into you. You have to be able to navigate that with your thoughts. That is your reasoning faculty. Imagination, will, reason, perception, intuition, and the last one here is memory. Guys, your ability to remember things, like, come on, like that's how we evolved as a society. If we didn't learn from your mistakes, some of you guys, pay attention. Some of you keep reliving the same month after month, the same year after year. You're not learning. One perfect example is like, so guys, as you know, I worked with Bob Proctor for 2 years. I made 7 figures, and then there was a 2-year period that I went broke again. Okay, like I literally had to start from scratch. And it was in those periods that I remember doubting myself, wondering if these laws were real. But it was tough, but I needed that. You know why? It taught me the practices of financial, stability, financial, taking care of my finances, right? Having the right bank account, saving money, investing, not always blowing it on looking a certain way and buying clothes. Now I don't really try to look all that. I mean, you know, I make investments in the business, but I don't like buying all the fancy clothes and all this shit. Thing that's not an investment in the business. Like, for example, I spent $400 today for this pool. So of course I'm gonna make a YouTube video. I'm gonna show you guys how we're living here. So this is an investment to me because I'm showing you guys here on the YouTube channel. But that's an example. I went through my memory and I went through that pain to remember what I learned, so that I don't make the mistakes moving forward. So now that as wealth is building up again, we're making good money. Last month made $85,000. That I'm saving it, I'm investing it, all the different things that I learned in my past to get better. So those are the faculties that if you begin to use those, and you are using them. The question is your efficiency and effectiveness of your ability to use those will determine what your life will look like in the next year. That's the great separation. Use those mental faculties to the best of your ability so you can build your dream life. Go out there, come out here to Dubai, let's have a cigar, build your dream life, make millions of dollars. Let's do it, my man. Let's go.